safe streets, vibrant neighborhoods, successful business and commerce. These are things that make a healthy community. We are a diverse community, rural, suburban, urban, a multitude of languages and ethnicities, ages and experiences. We are a collaborative community. Public-private partnerships make us a model community that others want to follow. It is what makes us unique. It is what makes us strong. The employees of Kent County reflect our diversity and seek to serve our communities.
People in this county, in this area, we wrap our arms around each other. We come together to collaborate, to solve problems. We're all working for the good of the whole. And I think that's wonderful. And you can see it. You can see it as you drive around Kent County.
Our impact starts the day a baby is born and a birth certificate is issued, to protecting children from deadly diseases through vaccination, to the public safety and justice provided by law enforcement and the courts, to offering veterans services and caring for the elderly. Every day we work to keep our communities robust.
I think if you are somebody who's interested in serving your community, in building a strong knowledge base and a good group of people to work with, then the county is one of your best employment opportunities out there. It's been completely rewarding in every way I could possibly explain for 26 years, and I feel like I grow every single day still today.
Leading these dedicated employees, our 19-member Board of Commissioners and our County Administrator Controller, along with our elected officials and appointed department directors, placing emphasis on civic involvement, quality housing, vibrant neighborhoods, and strong, solid infrastructure to allow businesses to thrive. Professional, dedicated, collaborative, and innovative.
Behind the scenes, collaboration between foundations, charitable organizations, nonprofits, for-profit businesses, public sector demonstrated through the county, the city of Grand Rapids, the townships, all the cities and the villages in our area. If we don't come together, then we will not have the strength that we have today, and I only hope to build upon that.
Our aim is to make our communities the best they can be. We are involved in exciting development projects, sustainable recycling programs, and creative progressive prevention programming. We partner with elected officials, impacting policy ideas that become great achievements. We seek opportunities to reach out into the community and offer our services to help our residents make Kent County thrive.
Our relationship is solid, both from a staff standpoint at the county level as well as the Board of Commissioners. And they understand what we do and the benefits that we can do for the community, and vice versa. We couldn't do what we do without the help of Kent County.
While most of us are busy running our lives, Kent County's elected officials, administrator controller, and over 1,600 employees are serving the communities where we live our lives, so we can all have a place we are proud to call home. Kent County, its life well run.
Good morning. It is my pleasure to open the Finance and Physical Resources Committee meeting of Tuesday, October 2nd. It is 8:30. We will start with public comment. Is there any public that would like to address the Finance and Physical Resources Committee this morning? Okay, seeing none, we will move to the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda? Moved and supported. Anything that has to be pulled? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The motion passes. That brings us to item number 3, fiscal services, the authorization of a winter 2018 dedicated millage property tax levy. Wayman?
Yeah, this is a request to authorize a winter 2018 county corrections and detention millage levy, senior services millage levy, veteran services millage levy, and the Grand Rapids Public Museum John Paul Zoo millage levy. The county administrator controller is preparing the recommended budget for 2019. Included in the proposed budget will be programming and appropriations necessary to support operations, debt service requirements for the county correction detention facility, senior services programming, veteran services programming, and zoo museum operations. On August of 2008, August 5, 2014, November 4, 2014, and November 8, 2016, county electors authorized and dedicated property tax millage millages in support of county corrections, detention facilities, senior services, veteran services, and zoo museum operations respectively. The resolution will authorize the levy of 1.7644 mills, which includes 0.7828 mills for operating debt service requirements for county corrections and detention, a 0.4958 mills for senior services, a 0.0495 mills for veteran services, and 0.4363 mills for zoo museum operations. This represents a reduction of 0.0071 mills from the millage levied in calendar year 2017 due to the Headley rollback. Funds derived from from the levy of these millages will be utilized to support these services in fiscal year 2019 of the county budget. In addition, on November 6, 2018, county electors will have an opportunity to authorize 0.25 mills dedicated to provide early childhood development services. If that millage passes, we will submit another resolution in November authorizing a December 1, 2018 levy.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Support? Moved and supported. Questions, comments, and discussion. Commissioner Voorhees.
Thank you, Chair Jones, appreciate it. Maybe to Linda, as it mentions here, this is for zoo operations. We're having a big discussion about the infrastructure necessities at the zoo. Do you remember in our village, did it state operations, not other investment, or?
Commissioner, I'd have to go back and double check the actual millage language to give you a concrete answer on that, and I'll be happy to do that and then get it to you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Antor?
Thank you, Chair. Linda, when you go back and look at that language, I was wondering if you could double check on the benefits to the taxpayers. I thought under the zoo millage, and maybe I'm totally wrong, but I thought that was going to allow parents to bring their kids for free, or is that just a special time of year? Kids under a certain age would be free, I thought, but.
I will double check that because that will all be printed in the original ballot proposal that was voted on by the electors. So I will check that and get that question answered as well. I don't have it in front of me, unfortunately, to refer to.
We just took a couple kids with us to the zoo, and I had a little sticker shock. I thought we'd just pay for the 2 adults, but.
I'll be happy to double check that and get it right to you.
Could I have Commissioner Voorhees reply to that?
I was going to ask Commissioner Hennessy.
There were different promises made between the museum, the public museum, and the zoo. The zoo did not say free visits. However, we have the JUMP program and give we have great corporate support behind the JUMP program and giving many free passes to families, much as we do also at Millennium Park. This has become a very strong, positive thing that we've done for families here in Kent County through many of our activities that appeal to the whole family.
Okay, thank you.
Programs in the schools.
Okay, I think we're just going to take a moment because I would like to see if we can't get that information now because it should be pretty readily accessible. So let's just take a minute and I think Matthew's going to grab it, Linda.
Are you talking about the language?
Yeah, the language from the ballot. That shouldn't be that hard for us to get here in a moment, so.
Do you need it to pass the?
No, not at all. I'm good.
Provide that later.
I'm good. I misunderstood, but I was, Carol clarified that for me and Harold, so I'm good.
All right, you're good. And Harold, are you good then?
Yeah.
All right.
Look at that.
Okay, so with
Thank you.
that, all those in favor? Yes, Commissioner Bolkowski?
Sorry, I was waiting for the question of, is there a statutory cap on, like, all of, our general fund millage and all the special millages that we allow to go to the ballot? Is there a cap amount that we can put before voters?
Yes.
And that is, well, I don't need it to vote yes.
I think Matt probably has
Okay.
those numbers.
Under the Constitution, there's a 15, 18, and then a 50 mil overall cap.
50 mils?
50 mil overall cap under the general law. Now, there are many millages that are exempt from that, charter millage, so, and city millage, things that are separated by charter, but yes, we do have limitations on the caps. None of the millages that we have are falling under that at this point. because the special millages and those sorts of things are handled under different categories of types of millage. But yes, there are caps, not only on the taxable value and on the individual properties, but then also on the overall number of mills that can be levied under the general allocation historically. When we went to a charter, or when we went to a fixed millage county back in the 80s, some of those were established. There was also some changes in the formula when Proposal A was passed, and we monitor those through the Equalization Department on your behalf.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, with that, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. The motion passes. That brings us to item number 4 from Fiscal Services, the Gerald R. Ford International Airport Authority Revenue Refunding Bonds Series 2018. Wayman?
Yes, this is a request to authorize the issuance of the Gerald R. Ford International Airport Authority Revenue Refunding Bonds, Series 2018. In 2019, the county authorized $30.1 million in airport revenue refunding bonds with the limited tax payment obligation pledged to the county, which originally financed runaway construction at the Gerald R. Ford International Airport, now is the authority. The authority is authorized under 2015 PA 95, which permitted the county to form the authority to issue revenue and revenue refunding bonds in accordance with 1933 PA 94 as amended, including to refund outstanding bonds previously issued by the county with respect to the airport under the Public Act 94. Based on tax-exempt interest as of 2018, it is estimated that the issuance of refunding will generate a gross interest savings of approximately $1.1 million over the remaining life of the indebtedness. The net present value savings is estimated at $1.02 million, which is equivalent to 7.14% of the refunded par. Refunding of the bonds will not proceed unless the net present value savings are at least 5%. The proposed resolution will authorize a bond issuance by the authority in an amount not to exceed $14.9 million of the Series 2018 refunding bonds. The pledge of the county's limited tax, full faith and credit on the bonds. The county treasurer to execute a certificate of the county to comply with continued disclosure. The county administrator and chairperson of the board of commissioners to prepare and approve portions of the official statement that pertain to the county and the execution of all documents as necessary in order to close on the issuance of the proposed bond financing. Staff anticipates closing on the refunding bonds in November 2018. Bond counsel has reviewed all documents.
So moved.
Okay,
Support?
moved and supported. Questions, comments, and discussion? Yes, Commissioner Bukowski.
Thank you, Chair. I have a couple quick questions. In reading the materials, it said there's 16.2 million outstanding, but we're only approving 14.9 million in borrowing. Is that 1.3 million being paid off separately, or where does that indebtedness disappear to?
Good morning, Brian Picardi. I'm the CFO at the airport, if you don't know who I am. That is because of the bonds that are going to be paid off at the end of this year. So we're only refunding the bonds that are available for 19 through the end of the life of 25. So the 18 bonds will be paid off with funds now. So that's what the difference is.
Okay. And then one
Yes,
other
go
quick
ahead.
question. I guess I've asked too politely in the past, and I still want to ask politely, but a little more assertively, and not only for this, but then going forward, Chair, I guess I simply refer to it as a truth in lending statement that, you know, if I'm buying a house, I know what the principal is, I know what the expected interest payment is, and I know what all my fees are. And so in something like this, in the future, again, not holding it up today, but like how much are we spending in fees to save a gross interest amount of 1.1 million? So again, that's not that net. And so at the end of the day, somebody's making money out there in the financial world, and we're going to save some, but.
Issuance cost is about $125,000.
And that's attorneys and the bond seller and all of
Financial
that.
advisor, credit ratings, all that stuff, yes.
Okay.
How's that?
One last question, and this is, and the day we sell them, you know, because we will, my assumption is we'll be using our AAA bond rating, so we'll get a great rate. On that day, would we know like what the rates of all the other bond levels are, in the sense of if you were selling a AA rated bond, what the interest rate was that day, so we could get some idea of the true cost savings on only one day, what the AAA bond rating is, in this instance, is saving the airport, where again, we focus on that AAA bond rating with 99% of our attention.
The only way to be sure is if we were pricing at the same time as somebody else was pricing a AA at the same time. I can't tell you that when we price someone is going to be doing a AA at the same time to know exactly what it is. We can give you an estimate. Our financial advisors can give us an estimate of what we save by a AAA versus a AA or single A, yes.
Well, and again, I mean,
But the actual, to know exactly, we
Correct.
have to have something.
correct, and probably the same or very similar issuance amount,
Right.
and all of those things being equal. But just again, a ballpark where, how much are we really saving? So, because again, some of us get asked that question often about why keep our fund balances up and keep our AAA bond rating, which saves us money,
And actually, from the airport standpoint, this is the first issue as the authority.
Yeah.
We don't have a rating at this point. Once we issue our own debt, then we will have a rating at some point. I'm guessing that would probably be a single A or maybe a triple B plus. So it's saving the airport a lot of money that's why we're coming and asking you for the full faith and credit of your pledge.
right. And we still own the airport, right?
And you still own the airport.
All right, cool. Just making
We're
sure you
just-
didn't sell it
We're just
on us.
watching it for you.
All right, thank you very much. You're doing a good job. Thank you.
Commissioner Voorhees?
Yeah, thank you, Chair Jones. Yeah, I've had many people say to me, you people brag about your AAA rate. What does it mean in dollars and cents for the county? And so it would be good to have some of that information. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Thank you very much. Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. The motion passes. That brings us to Commissioner Miscellaneous. Is there any Commissioner Miscellaneous this morning? Yes, Commissioner Antwerp.
Thank you, Chair Jones. I would like to see if we can get maybe a special order of business arranged with the Ag Preservation Board. So we could take a new look at where they're at, what type of dollar amounts are out there, waiting for some sort of buy-in. So we're not speculating, and where they're at with their program right now, just to see, because right now I don't really know. I'm no longer on that board, but I want to know what type of money we can leverage and how that could possibly help us get this where we need to be in order to be effective. Like I say, we don't want to do this just a little bit at a time. We got to be all in order to be effective. So
We'll take that back to Chair Southweld.
okay. Thank you.
Anything else? Yes, Commissioner Hennessy?
This is Pulaski Week. It began on Sunday, and there are different activities on every day of the week, 14 clubs. The parade is Saturday morning, and I'll be working at the Knights of Columbus Hall on Saturday evening if you want to come by and buy some tickets for me for food or drinks.
Okay.
But it's always fun. It involves, it's our greater neighborhood here in Grand Rapids, and Walker, and, everybody, as we've spread out, we all come together to be a neighborhood again on events like this.
West side's the best side, is that what
I'm actually saying the west side's very expanded. It could be the entire county this weekend.
all right.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, seeing none, we will adjourn. Our next meeting date is Tuesday, October 16th.
I am Kent County. I am Kent County.
I am Kent County.
We are 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 Kent County.
Bayard, Kent County. Ami, Kent County.
Somos Kent County.
Mas Ira, Kent County.
We are Kent County.
We are Kent County. We are Kent County. Oh, yeah.